God bless you. Thank you for joining us here at the Temple of Clarity for our Tuesday meditation. And it felt like God just walked in this room with four legs. And I could feel the joy. I could feel the joy fill the room. Those energies, that frequency is our home. That is our place. That is how we are in the ultimate sense. And while we're walking in time and space, sometimes there's these challenges. But when we experience that joy, there's that remembrance, that beautiful presence of joy. And that really is meditation, just tapping into that frequency, that high frequency of pure bliss, pure joy. And that's what we're going to do tonight. There are ways of doing that, remembering the most joyful memory of your life, and then bringing that into this present moment. There's contacting the heart flame. There's being present in this now moment. All these doors, all these ways to accessing spirit, to accessing the truth. So let's start this meditation. I'm going to start this with a prayer. Blessed Divine Mother, we hear your voice. We see it as you bring it into this now moment. We follow that voice, the sound, the eternal Om, back to our place of origin. We call to all the masters of love and light. We call to the source herself to come into this temple. We open the door of light, the door of spirit. We call for the perfection of this moment, made manifest in time and space. And this moment now vibrates with the perfection of this moment, as everything had to happen the way it happened for this moment to exist right now. And in that acceptance and in that merging, we open the door of spirit, of truth, of light, and step beyond the veil into the timeless, eternal now. Come, holy angels, north, south, east, and west. From the four directions and top and bottom, come the angels beyond time and space, as we now allow and accept the coming of our Lord, the coming of the Elohim, the coming of the holy presence of the Divine Mother in this room, here and now. God, Dog, Come now. Meditate with us. Coming back. Let's take this opportunity to cross over, not to the land of the dead, but of the eternal joy. Cross over consciously as you truly realize there are these levels of vibration. There are these places of awareness. And navigating through the noise of the Mayic mind and rising that Om vibration, that higher soundless sound in this room. Higher and higher, clearer and clearer. Hold that space for each other, that space for all mankind. Be the electrode anchoring that clarity here and now. It is happening. It is happening now. And when you're ready, cross back over to the land of the living, the land of the conscious, the land of the aware. So, while you're coming back, I'll tell you some things. Have you ever binge watched TV? There's a series called The Chosen, and it's a story of, Jesus and the New Testament, and the actor that plays Jesus is amazing. And the apostles themselves are amazing actors. And I was watching the Jesus, the actor, and he is so good. So I had to look into, who is this person? He doesn't even know who he is. So he's an actor in Hollywood somewhere, working like a janitor, a maintenance guy for an apartment building. And he gets this role. It's so comical. He gets the role of his lifetime as Jesus. Amazon Prime has, you can watch, I think, the episodes 1 through 3, and the fourth one is just coming out now. And they also have an interview with him when he goes to meet the Pope. And you can see that this man obviously has walked the walk, talked the talk, and is so Christ-like. That's why they picked him. He's Christ-like. Not only does he have that vibration, he has that character. So I invite you to binge watch these episodes one after another. They've taken, more of a fundamental approach. However, it's so good. He's so good. And the story is so good. And the person who wrote the screenplay and arranged it has interspersed some beautiful teachings, beautiful understandings that are probably not in the Bible. Which is, good in itself. And it brought to life this whole drama. It happens to coincide with my real deep interest in James, the brother of Jesus, who there's the teachings of Jesus and the teachings of Paul, and they don't match. They don't match at all. Nowhere did Jesus said that you can just accept me as your Lord and Savior, you're going to heaven. And if you don't, you're going to hell. So, not that, all of Paul's teachings is throw it all out the window, but There's so many beautiful truths in those epistles, those letters that he wrote. But the book of James also in the Bible is really good. Well, James, because these epistles came out first. The New Testament is backwards. Everything came out, the epistles came out first, and then the Gospels. And the Gospels weren't written by Matthew, Luke, John, and who? And James. No, James didn't write one of the four Gospels. Well, the other person, it was John. So they were written by more or less apostles of or disciples of Paul, using those names. Maybe Matthew. Matthew was writing down things, but it still has such a Paul influence on it. So anyways, the book, the Chosen movie is really good. It's a lot of fun. I was just mentioning that how the New Testament was formed and the history of it and the chronology of it, the timeline of it. Each one came out, and some of them were in response to another one. And so they did get a couple of the words of Jesus, and that's what those are the words that I really like. My whole life didn't know why Paul irked me so much, but when I got older and started looking at what he was saying, now I know. He had a point of view that was, he thought he was getting a direct revelation of Jesus that he never told the 12 disciples. He says, this is all new. This is my gospel. That's what he told them. And they said, well, that's not what Jesus said.
Because you were there, and who were you, Dennis? So you know the truth. Yes, that is correct.
Anyways, The Chosen is a good binge watching show. All those episodes, you can watch them one after another. They just flow together so well. And the beautiful, timely, the wardrobes that they wore in the show, everything about the show looks so authentic, looks so real.
Because you remember it well.
So I invite you to watch and enjoy it. And maybe some of you were there too. And say, yeah, that's more accurate than, what we were told. Anyways. The other thing I wanted to share is it feels like something good is about to happen. For the past 5 years, we've been going through, I think it's like, I've seen this many times too. It's like the 11th, it always gets worse before this really good thing happens, right? It's always like very, very hard, very heavy. And then, just to add more drama to the movie, that God's playing for us, when you think things are go completely to hell, this big light comes, and this big celebration occurs. So it feels like we're going to have one of those big lights, big celebrations, and we're on to the next ring on the spiral up the ladder on the Ascension's coil. So look for that. Something something big, something beautiful, something brand new. I'm looking for that. And I feel it. It's right there. Or right there. And it's going to come through all of the, everybody's going to partake. Nobody's going to be left out. So let's look for that. Has anybody else had any kind of inklings like that? We'll pass the mic around.
I think astrologically that's going to happen, right, Lisa? There's things are getting better, and then I think there's things a little more chaos, and then better again after that.
Well, I know personally that I've gone through some pretty heavy astrology, and some of them are personal and some of them are planetary stars. So it's, it's a cycle, like you say. That's just the way it goes. You learn from these cycles, and then it gets a little easier, and you grow. You expand, you grow. I'm ready for it. Let's go. What's our boyfriend and friend's name? What's his name? Aegis. Oh, we have a canine companion here.
Oh, he's so sleepy.
Super cute, super sweet. So we're blessed to have a canine companion handler and her four-footed friend. Aegis.
Who's saying my name?
Who's calling me? You better not do that. Let's let him stay on his little... No. We're going to let him be good. You can play with him later.
I'll tell a funny story. So I've been meditating for about 56 years, and I started teaching psychic classes about 50 years ago. And the first psychic class I taught, I had these people in it, this couple that were in their 80s, and there was probably 10 in the group or something like that. So I took them to the Akashic records, out of our bodies, find the Akashic records, find out what your soul's name is, and all this sort of stuff, and come back to your body. Although the guy of this couple wouldn't come back. He had decided somehow this was a really blissful energy state to decide to cross over and to not necessarily come back. And it's like I realized that, and so I kept setting myself out of my body, finding him, going, no, you have to come down, you have to come back down. You can leave, when you get in your bed this evening, but you can't be left gone now. I saw the headlines of the local paper, psychic loses student on causal plane, body found dead, whatever, right? I got very panicked. Finally, it was like I had to corral him with energy and pull him back down, and he's like, oh, and then he passed in his sleep that night. So it was, don't be telling people too much to be crossing over. The moral of that story. It's all too blissful to go there. That's why I was laughing.
I think I caught that in the nick of time. So not to the land of dead. We're not going there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, anyways, so we have a birthday coming up, 2 birthdays, and you can find out about it on Facebook and meet up for those of you who aren't here. And we also have an announcement. Amma, the Hugging Saint, will be here in July in Los Angeles. She's actually doing a United States tour again. So she'll be Seattle, San Francisco, LA, New Mexico, and then like Chicago, Washington, and New York. So she'll be doing these major, I think, Chicago also. And if you've never gotten a hug from Amma, it is such a blessing. Of course, I have Amma up here. Carlos, you got a hug from Amma, right? Yes. We went together.
We do have another event coming up next week in Montana. David Christopher Lewis and the Heart Center will be having their summer conference. It should be fun. There's a permaculture event. There's all kinds of fun activities that are happening. They're opening their Healing Light retreat to the world, and I mean they've had it.
What are they doing with the Healing Light retreat?
They're having practitioners there, and they're offering, I believe, free of charge services or very inexpensive services to people. It's about healing people, and there will be a fun trip to Chico Hot Springs, and of course, the Ascended Masters are going to be there, and it starts on I think the permaculture event is on the 18th or the 19th, and the conference itself is the 20th and the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, maybe the 24th.
And Lisa is going.
I am. So a bunch of other people. And
She got her ticket.
if you aren't going, you can sure participate online. It's pretty easy. And you're certainly invited, and you will benefit immensely, for sure. Talk about a light will come.
So let's just close our eyes one more time as we end this meditation this evening. And we invite all of our sponsoring masters and all those who have loved us for eons of time into this room, into this circle. We call to all those who are holding that space of love and light for humanity in every religion, all those who are the Christed ones, all the divine mothers on earth and in the heaven worlds. And we create now a giant sun of light composed of each and every person as we add our energy to the collective and the oneness and the unity and the acceleration and the vision of the Divine Mother as she sees this earth free, pure light, pure love. We hold all the children of mankind, all those who are evolving here, from the newest souls to the oldest souls. We hold all the rebellious souls in the light now and ask for grace and mercy on them so that they can step into another higher vibration, into their true self. We hold all the elemental beings, the invisible ones, who are striving to keep this planet green, clean, loving. We hold all the animal beings, the dogs, the cats, the deers, the dolphins, the whales, the seals, and all the little beings, all life. So we hold that space, we treasure them, we love them, and they love us back. And we receive that love, and we receive that love also from the angels. Drink that in. We receive that love from the Divine Mother, as she knows that we are working consciously with her, aligning ourselves to her vision, her immaculate vision for each of us, for each being. We bless, we serve, and we share. Thank you everyone on the broadcast. Thank you, Norman, for tuning in. Marcos, Eric, and David in Orange County. Zuli, I know you're tuning in, and all those other ones. From people from all over the world. India. Saudi Arabia. Africa. People tuning in. So strange. People would watch a meditation. Right? So, God bless you all. Good night. Sweet dreams.